Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be set 3 between GuemChi versus Mong. My name is KD596. And we are headed into the final game between these two, GuemChi versus Mong, on new Hearthbreak Ridge. We're going to have GuemChi spraying as the brown Protoss at the 3 o'clock position, which means at the 9 o'clock position in yellow is going to be Mong. Last game, Mong went for a really greedy push and then got caught with his pants down. Really nice DT rush, very smartly timed by GuemChi. Able to pull out the keys when he counts. The new Hearthbreak Ridge, I think, favors... I'm thinking right now, based upon the map layout, I want to say it favors Tanner a little bit because of the ridges. I'm not quite sure. Neither player going for any keys this time, I don't think. Gonna play pretty standard. But I think Mong has thrown down his supply depot and GuemChi's thrown down his pylon. So new Hearthbreak Ridge, let's talk a little about the map. It's got a lot of ridges, it's got the center base, and it's got kind of like that arc of bases that are outlined the outside. But there's small chunks everywhere besides in the middle of the map where there's ridges. So I think it does favor Terran a little bit, because if they're able to get tanks on those ridges, it's like a sniper rage, where when tanks get on those ridges, like, it's very, very hard to break. And
it used to be so good, but now it's like...
I'm not sure where Mong's barracks is, because I can't see. Oh, it's right there. Okay. So barracks gas standard from both players, or at least from Mong. Gateway gas from GuemChi. And Mong checking for a proxy. He's a little bit wary of cheese now, checking behind that natural high ground. And so does GuemChi, because GuemChi knows, like, oh, I cheesed the last game, he might cheese me this game. But there's a barracks going to start producing Marines. And the core now out from GuemChi. So we'll see if he cheeses again. I think he's got a pylon at the top of the ridge. Might hide some tech again. But he's also got a Zealot out. This is if he's going to get inside of GuemChi's base and see what's going on. So Marine is out the front, going to try to deny any of the probe scout. Meanwhile, though, the probe has actually gone to the top left-hand base, and he might plop down a pylon there. He might do another proxy, maybe like a robo facility. But Mong is actually, like, just checking everywhere. He's like, ugh, I'm so paranoid right now. Checking the high ground again. Sees the Zealot coming in, actually. Meanwhile, he's got the factory out. And here comes the Zealot. He's going to try to deal some pressure, but unable to, since the Marine can just micro in between the barracks and command center. He's got another Marine, though. Good micro by Mong. He's able to control these Marines without getting hit, but he gets hit once. Meanwhile, the Zealot has begun taking some actual HP damage. Oh, this is a Marine. We'll see how good his micro is. Loses Zealot. So very easily dealt with by Mong. Good micro. Meanwhile, GuemChi standard goon range. He's got another Zealot coming out, though. I think that player is actually still at the top left-hand base. He's got 4 Marines out at the front, gonna deny anything. I really want the commentators to just mouse over that area. Even if it's just the probe still there, it just gives me a lot of info on what GuemChi is thinking about. They're telling up all the the proxy locations for like a robo facility right now. But there is none. SCV out is going to put down the command center. It's a lot earlier of a command center, actually, considering. Actually, no, it's not. The tank's out now. I didn't see the tank before, so I was like, oh, you know, it's a command center before tank. But nope, the tank is out, and the freak is lagging, as usual. So there's now Zealot Goon. We're going to see how much damage this can do, but the Vulture's out now, and it's probably going to start putting down mines. He's able to kill off the first Zilla, and now here is where Chan's able to push back a little bit. The Goons are trying to snipe the Marines, but unable to. Only killed off 2 of them in exchange for Zilla. The mines are going out now, which means GuemChi has to push back. But here comes the mini push, the tank vulture push. To see how effective this is. Mong again going for double command center. Wow, very greedy. I think there's a probe up there actually. And since he knows about it, he has to reinforce. Oh no, it's a barracks. Oh, he saw the robotics facility, and the Marine is actually going to take down this probe. And he's going to take down this robotics facility. Actually, this is huge from Mong. What a smart liftoff on the barracks. I was wondering, like, why is there like a big building over there? Has he gone double command center again? But no, he's just gonna deny this robotics facility. But there are 3 goons, and there are no mines out right now from Mong. But he's able to snipe the pylon, which is the big one. The tank is gonna go down though, and I think the rest of these units are gonna die from Mong. But it's very crucial that he was able to snipe the pylon powering the robotics facility. So GuemChi's gonna have to send a probe up there again and put down another pylon. But there's a vulture there, and I think he knows. He's like, oh well, if GuemChi wants to power that robotics facility again, he has to send a probe there. And so he's got a vulture that's kind of patrolling the area, but the probe is already snuck by. But oh, the barracks is gonna land here, and the probe can't get in. This is so smart by Mong. Wow, great start by Mong, knowing that the probe is gonna come. He lands the barracks, stops any kind of probe, and he's actually just gonna build 1 Marine to break through, to break this robotics facility. Unfortunately, the barracks is gonna have to lift, or he's gonna lose it, and he's gonna have to rebuild it to keep building factories. But he's been denying this robotics facility for a while. It's very good. I really want to see Mom push out with like a few vultures and try to snipe the probe. But he actually has tanks up here. He might try to catch these goons out and the probe. But the Marine is dead. The barracks has died as well. But there are tanks pushing out with the vulture. And we're going to see how he's going to do it. Oh, another pylon coming out from GuemChi. And as once again, Mong sees it, and Mong is going to deny this robotics facility once again, almost kills off a Dragoon that was really low. But oh, pylon block from GuemChi. GuemChi really cares about this robotics facility, but I don't know if it's worth it. He's got 4 extra pylons to power this. At this point, I really don't know if it's worth it or not, but he's got another Citadel of Adu now. He might go for another DT rush, but this time I think Mong will be prepared for it. He's got an observer out though, so it was worth it, I guess, in the end. He's able to kill, to bring out 1 observer, which is all you really need in the early game. Meanwhile, 3 factories from Mong, really emphasizing on that vulture production. I think he wants to lay mines everywhere. He doesn't want to get caught up by those DTs again. And I think GuemChi's in a very, very precarious position right now. He's had to waste a lot of minerals that could have been gone into more infrastructure. Meanwhile, he's aiming for a Citadel of Adun, but oh, there it is. So it's going to be a 2-race arbiter from GuemChi. You know, leaving 1 vulture there to deny that robotics facility. The observer's coming home to try to clear out the mines. And Mong actually is going to go for a backdoor here. I think GuemChi sniffs it out though. His observer might be going up there, but no, never mind. He's just going to be clearing out mines. But there are a lot of SCVs here, mining out the back minerals, and he's got 3 tanks. This is gonna be really big. But there's a pylon. He sees the SCVs actually, and he's gonna smartly make Dragoons back to the natural. Well, this is really smart though. He's actually able to shell the gas from inside of the mineral line. He's going to deny the second gas, which is really crucial because he has gone for an early double base arbiter. This gas is crucial actually, because I don't think he can actually produce arbiters with Dragoons just off 1 gas. So he's going to have to sacrifice a lot of econ in order to get this build out properly. The vultures here trying to sniff out for any hit into the base. So Mong is playing very smart right now. He's trying to deny any little bit of pressure. But there is a DT out now. Oh, but the mines are able to kill off the DT. But there is a turret as well. And so the vultures are able to easily clean it up. So GuemChi is going to be denied to try to help this base again. But again, DTs are out. We're going to see how GuemChi is going to have to deal with this. I really don't know if this will be possible. Mong has got himself into a very good position right now. I think there's like, what, 300 followers or whatever on Africa? Maybe? Oh, there's Huashin in the lobby. Anyways. Mong, in the meantime, is just going to continuously to cement his economic advantage by getting a third base now. And, ooh, big mines killing both the DTs. And the Vultures need a tank for these tank for the tanks. Ironically enough, the little Spider Mines are fun. The Dragoons are trying to get into the tank line. Oh, no, the Spider Mines aren't able to. And he's going to lose all of these Dragoons. Wow, great micro from GuemChi. He's able to actually snipe 2 of the tanks with a drag. But 8 Dragoons for a few Vultures and 2 tanks? I don't think that's worth it. Meanwhile, the Vulture's almost done killing the robotics facility. It finally has. Mong, but back at home, he's just going to continue to build units and try to reinforce this push maybe, or just set up for a really big push. GuemChi has almost no units. I think if Mong were to push out with his macroed units back at home, I think he'd just be able to end the game right now. But in the meantime, oh, the mine hits another Dragoon. These mine hits are very, very good for Mong right now. And GuemChi's not able to deal with it. He's got an Arbiter finally out, but he doesn't have that second gas once again. So he's going to have to be able to produce a lot of Zealots instead of the Dragoons that he wants to do, or even Dark Templar. I'm not sure why GuemChi continues to try to take that gas. He knows tanks are up there on the high ground. He really should stop trying to, because he's losing 100 minerals every single time he's putting up that gas. Although pros are really fast, they don't have time to think about the small things like, you know, us amateurs do. Because when we play, we think of like, oh, like small thing like this, I should do it. You know, pros are thinking on a more macro level game, and they're not worried about the small things like that. Like if we're putting 2 guys in gas, you wouldn't notice until like the end of the game. Meanwhile, us, we would. So Pro gets sniped by the tanks, and he's going to continue to mine the back minerals. He knows right now that GuemChi doesn't have many units, so he knows he can abuse this position right now, and is able to get into the back, because there's not many units there right now for GuemChi. GuemChi is just trying to roam around the map with Dragoons, which is not what he needs to be doing right now. He really needs to crush this push, and then be able to secure a third base somehow. In the meantime, the back minerals are almost mined out right now, and the tanks are in position to move in and siege up. And GuemChi doesn't have any units back here. GuemChi's still... Ooh, that mine is so close to Joe's Dragoons. He makes the wrong move. Oh, the Zealot! Oh, Dragoons are able to take them down. But yeah, Mong is going up now to even more factories. And he actually got a really good defensive line back here at home. And GuemChi's trying to take a third base at the bottom right-hand position. But I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Mong is kind of hesitating and pushing into the back area because he knows now that there's cloaked arbiters with the Zealots. But right now, GuemChi is such an economic disadvantage. You know, he doesn't have many units out right now. He's like, what, 8 Dragoons out and like 6 Zealots? This is not enough. I feel like if Mong really could just unsiege all of his units right now and push out with all of his reinforcements, he would be able to end the game right there. Right now, he just continuously to go easy on GuemChi, I guess, and not really try to push his advantage as hard. Meanwhile, GuemChi harassing with this lone Arbiter, but Arbiters only do like 10 damage a shot, not much. There are smartly placed Spider Mines here, but GuemChi's smart, and he's going to be able to finally break through this. But at what cost? Losing a lot of Zealots to Mind Drag. But once again, at what cost has this left GuemChi in? You know, there's a lot of tanks pushing out, there's a lot of Vultures, and I think Mong is just going to brute force his way through. A lot of good Spider Mines positioned around the Dragoons to mess with the micro and AI of them, and I think he's just going to be easily able to push through. And now he's going to go deny third base again from GuemChi. GuemChi has probes that we're going to transfer, but now he's unable to. I think he's going to go for an all-in and try to desperation backstab at the natural with these Zealots, but it's not going to be enough. There's a lot of factories out from Mong, and I think there's going to be a lot of Vultures back at home to deal with these Zealots. And indeed there is. Meanwhile, with the tanks, he's just going to siege up, kill that Dragoon, and he's going to deny the third base again. And GuemChi, here comes that desperation push. The Zealot's going to try to get into the tank line, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do much. There's a lot of mines here, and there's enough tanks, I feel like, that's going to deal with. And he's forced back. GuemChi's forced back. He has no way of getting through his impenetrable defense. So many tanks below. And this is what I'm saying, Hearthbreak Ridge is Terran favorite, I feel like, because they're able to set up a really great defense on top of these ridges. And GuemChi, I think, if he has a recall right now, he could try to do a Desperation recall, but again, he's going to lose his third base. Even if he went for a recall, it would be pretty cleaned up pretty easily without too much damage dealt to him. And I'm not sure how GuemChi is able to win this game. This is a science vessel, I think. I think he EMP'd the Arbor, actually. So again, he's going to go for another Desperation move. There's nothing coming out of that Stargate. Finally, another Arbor coming out, but it's way too late. You know, that second gas was denied. And the Arbor mines right now, so that's can't mine drag, but the Tanks is going to siege up and demolish this army. And that's, I think, going to be game right there. GuemChi went for the last one, and there's the GG. So we're going to have Mong going into the winners bracket versus, I think, last, and then Effort versus GuemChi in the losers bracket. So stay tuned. I will be casting those shortly.